Hello everyone, welcome back to Loser Legend. We are on episode 7, part 2. Just want to apologise for the delay. I've not been very well at all, but we're getting there now, we're recovering. We're starting off with Operation Floodgate on a 10 to begin with, because we hadn't timed it on a 10 yet. So rather than boring you all with the entire dungeon, let's just finish off the last boss. You see the sparks coming in here. We drag the sparks off into a puddle. Once it's been put in a puddle, we can carry on as we normally would. Dealing with the affix. Well into the execute range now. You can see it's absolutely melting, no problems at all. Here comes the turbochargers, and it's just a case of dodging them. And there we go, timed nicely on the 10. Moving on now, upping it to 11. Current eye level is 665. So onto Mama to begin with. Making sure those ads are dealt with. Get the interrupts off of them when they're casting, otherwise it's probably going to be a wipe. You can see the ads are going down absolutely lovely. Those interrupts are coming in nicely. Once all the ads are down, Mama will go into a damage increase phase. So it's important to save Bloodlust for that part. Making sure not to take that through the group. And here's that damage increase phase now. This is where you pop Bloodlust or Heroism and just absolutely smash Mama down. Coming into the execute range now, ads are back up. At this point, just make sure the ads are interrupted. You can blast it down, no problem at all. It's important that after each of those damage increase phases that she's going to leave a puddle on the floor, so make sure you drag her out of the puddle. Otherwise your DPS are going to be standing there taking increased damage. And there we go, Mama down. Moving on. Again, it's a really easy boss. Most of the damage is going to come from those bombs and the tank busters. And those lines, make sure you dodge those lines. It's not difficult, but plenty of time to dodge them. Charge through the bombs. If you get a puddle on you, soak it with a bomb. And you won't have any problems on this boss, even on an 11. Another bomb knocked out there. Bomb coming into me now, but the boss isn't going to make it, so... I did just make it. And there we go. Swamp face up next. Again, the rule is just globally now move to the left. When you get tethered to someone, as it's coming in now, and the frontal comes in, move to the left. You'll see everyone doing the same. Healer goes out to bait the line away where possible. It's not always 100%, but it can happen. There's a 1 in 5 chance. Straight off to the left. Get swamp face down. And there you have it. No problems. Again, as we just saw on the last run of this on the 10, making sure we're dodging those lines. Into the execute range, finish them off. Dodging the AoEs, kiting the sparks to the puddles when they're needed, and make sure you do not hit a puddle with the AoE circle that comes around you, otherwise you're going to run out of puddles very quickly and it's going to cause a wipe. But there we go, timed on an 11, absolutely smashed through it. Now moving on to Motherload, still at eye level 665, on an 11, and this was a difficult group. The spatial awareness of 2 of the DPS was making it very, very difficult. Even by this point, we were over the percentage we needed to be. Here comes that coin magnet, making sure he's not near any coins to carry on DPSing down. But like I said, you know, spatial awareness was a very big difficulty in this dungeon throughout the whole thing. can see by the amount of deaths that we had, there was just so much extra stuff being pulled while we're dealing with packs, and it just made it very, very difficult to tank, very difficult for the healer. Into the execute range now. I mean, the boss fights were pretty much no problem at all. We did have a couple of deaths of people not moving out of stuff, but overall, like, the DPS was doing really, really well as far as their numbers go, but it's not all about the numbers. Keeping her in the middle for that to come out. Move into that open space, and you're going to have no problems at all. And there we have it. Crash up to the last boss. Again, it was much of a big problem. 30 seconds left on the pull. Just know by that point it's not going to happen. You can see those robots moving in positions to see where we need to be clear of. So we're nice and safe in the position that we are. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there we go. There goes that timer. But overtimed on an 11. We knew it was going to be overtimed, but we carried on. Everyone was happy to carry on. I'm a tank. I don't need to dodge that Gatling cannon. Finish him off. And there we have it, an untimed 11. On to Dark Flame Cleft, eye level 666 at this point. On an 11. That famous crackly audio that we all love. You can see those ads getting run over by that cart there, dramatically reducing the amount of ads that are putting out damage to people. Onto the cart. I always drag the boss into the cart to maximise that cleave damage. Got lucky with that one. Most of the ads down there with that cart going through into that execute range. And he's just going to die over there. One death by this point. Lighting up as many candles as we could, and then just trying to make sure people know only to blow out the one. See, we've got at least 2 lit up there. As a tank, it's really, really important to stay in melee range, otherwise it's going to cause a wipe. Look at me being lazy, not fixing the affix. I'm the tank, I ain't got to do no affix. I'm joking, I just didn't see. Don't know how I didn't see, but I didn't see. Onto, I'm going to steal all your candles and blow them up. Straight in with the Bloodlust. If everyone stacks at this point, it makes dealing with the candles so much easier. Making sure the interrupt's going in. Frontal going out there to one of the DPS. Takes it behind the candle. Candle down. Puddles coming in. You can see their DPS straight away. And the healer. Making sure those candles are put out. Leaving those wax puddles on the floor. Keeping the boss away from them for the next candles to come in. It makes for a really, really smooth fight. Lining up there to take out that candle wasn't necessary, but it's always important to make sure because it could cause a wipe. Onto the darkness, because he believes in a thing called love. Wasn't such as easy as a boss fight as last week because people weren't picking up their candles to bring them back when they had the thing on them, they were just moving out slightly. But if people was to do that mechanic correctly, it makes for a flawless fight. Coming up to the last part now. 1 death through the entire dungeon on an 11. And on the left there, not being interrupted, which kind of sucks, but the way it goes sometimes. And there we have it, Dark Flame timed on 11. I think this was a +2 as well. And we got the Biz helmet. On to Theatre of Pain, eye level 666 still at this point. Straight into the first boss. Getting the interrupts in. Dodging the frontal. Waiting for the puddles. Moving out the puddles. Keeping them as tight as possible. Makes for a nice arena. I made sure we had plenty of space this time, but it was flawless. It was really was a flawless fight. On to Zav. Again, important to make sure you take them to the banners to maximise that DPS. Making sure the banner goes down, make sure the boss goes down in good time, straight over to the banner. In that execute range now, again, straight over to the banner. Making sure that DPS is maximised across all fronts. Dodging the frontals and the AoE, and then half the room afterwards. Zav down! Love it. I boo-booed. Big time. I caused a wipe. Everything was going so smooth. And I just wasn't concentrating, and then I got hit by a chain. Defensive. So we recovered from that. Defensive. And then I got hit by another chain. And it was just, you know, not really much coming back from that, but you know what? I turned my back to the boss during a tank buster, and that was it. It was done. On the second pull, though, it was clean. No deaths on the second pull. And there we go. Gore chop down after the second pull. You know, what's to say about this boss? It is just mind-numbingly easy. Especially after that comment previously, don't worry about dodging the balls as a tank, it doesn't hurt. Okay, so I gave it a go, and it really doesn't hurt as a tank. DPS, I think that situation may be different, but as a tank, it's not a problem. You just get to stand there and hit things. There we go. I was confident at this point with this group, the amount of DPS that was being put out, that we were going to time it. It would have been a lot better if I hadn't caused that wipe, but it's just the way it goes. We all make mistakes, we learn from them. Dealing with the ads. Dodging the animals. Almost there. Me standing in the way of the animals there. I'm confident it's going to go down. And there we go for this week, guys. Or for the last 2 weeks, I should say. Up to a mythic rating of 2652. Getting ever close to that goal. We are now Keystone Hero, heading for that Keystone Legend. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. If you got this far, make sure you hit that like button if you've enjoyed it. Start commenting as well for what role we want to play for the next challenge, whether it be tank, healer, or DPS. Massive thanks again to Steve Forward and ZepezTTV for the sound effects. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.